nervous laugh.
What happened?
Oh, Ben goes, they're up there reading the instructions.
On the side of the
And now I'm
cannon.
scared.
It's just three blokes in uniforms looking over a cannon. Oh, John, I think it goes in this. No, Brian, spin it around, it's backwards. Where are we, Shell?
We are in Warrnambool, which marks the western end of the Great Ocean Road, and we're here at the Flagstaff Hill Maritime Museum and Village. And this tells the story of all of the ships that were claimed on the shipwreck coast through the 19th century. So the 1870s port village, I suppose, its buildings and the museum were constructed around the 1970s, around the 1858 Lady Bay Lighthouse Complex and the Warrnambool Garrison, which is exactly where we're standing now, ready for them to fire the cannon, which they're only doing today because we've managed to get here on a day where they're doing what they call is Wreckfest, where they're showcasing a bunch of the old trades skills, and so there's a lot more going on today, a bit of a festival. So
we had a win with this, but we missed out at Avenel the other night with the ferret races, so I'm still a bit disappointed.
We also missed out on the 11:30 museum guided tour that they usually do every day, but they weren't running that today because of everything else going on. The museum's fairly straightforward, you can just take yourself through it. So yeah, we're ready and waiting now for the cannon.
Over here, old Bill, Bob and Brian are trying to work out how to use it.
And then Trev's had to come in because the first three couldn't work it out.
Yeah. Was involved in the incident off Western Australia this week.
Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Well, how is it untypical?
Well, there are a lot of these ships going around the world all the time, and very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that tankers aren't safe.
Was this tanker safe?
Well, I was thinking more about the other ones.
The ones that are safe?
Yeah, the ones the front doesn't fall off.
I reckon the boat's in trouble and the helicopter's blowing it away from that jetty or wall or breaker. That's what I reckon.
So we've been standing here for about 10-15 minutes watching this
2 minutes.
helicopter hover above and around this boat, trying to work out what's going on. I don't know if the GoPro will be able to pick it up.
Here in Warrnambool they take their rabbits seriously. Look at this. Keep the rabbits out. It's a Navy rifle. That's where they keep all the printer cartridges in there. When you line these two lighthouses up, it shows you the deep water passage into Lady Bay. So you point your boat in line with these two, head on in. But if you hit the sand, you've gone too far, probably back up a little.
They changed the lights from typical lights to blue lights.
Yeah, because they look like the lights of Warrnambool.
Yeah, people were starting to get confused with the development of the city.
Silly buggers. Good morning.
G'day. So we have just driven just under 20 k's west of Warrnambool out to Tower Hill Reserve, which is located in a volcanic crater, which they estimate was created around 30,000 years ago in a volcanic eruption. So
Hopefully it's dormant.
yeah, well,
Hopefully.
yeah. So you can take in the sights of the Tower Hill Reserve on 4 self-guided walks, and we have decided to do one of the tougher walks, which is still
Who decided?
only described as easy to moderate. It's called the Journey to the Last Volcano, and they estimate that it should take an hour to do approximately 2 kilometre loop walk. So we'll let you know at the end what we think of it.
Yeah. Or what I think of it.
but we were greeted with a bit of a surprise coming into the car park. There were two curious emus just wandering about. So it was a good start to our visit here at the reserve.
Hoping to see a koala.
So yeah, we'll show you some of the highlights.
Come across our first issue. Tree down, tree down.
The last bit of activity was 7,000 years ago, so we're pretty safe.
When's the next one due though? 7,001.
I don't know, do dormant volcanoes become non-dormant? Active? I'm not sure. Comment below.
Help us.
So we're just over halfway through, Ben. Would you agree that it's an easy to moderate walk?
The track is definitely easy, but the undulating steepness and cliff faces that we have to walk up is more in the moderate.
They're not really cliff
Elevations,
faces, but
no.
yeah, they're hills.
Very
Yeah.
steep.
Look, it's steeper than probably what I would have expected an easy to moderate walk to be.
But the track's great.
But the track is in good condition.
Has anyone ever seen a little Pixar movie called Ants, where they're walking along and then there's, I think it's a blade of grass or something that's across their track and they all freak out?
Oh no, oh no! I'm lost! Where's the light? It just went away! Dude, what do I do? Help! I'll be stuck here forever!
I'd like to liken this to that scenario where Michelle's like, what do we do now? I don't know, whatever could we do? Whatever could we do? It's two scenarios on this walk where this has happened.
I like to walk adjacent to nature. I don't like to walk in and through nature. Okay, Ben, out of 10, what would you rate that nature walk?
2.
And why?
Didn't see anything. I'm not one just looked at the inside of scrubs and trees. I need to have lookouts and views and stuff. Or animals. Didn't have any of the above. The only reason I got a 2 is because the track was reasonably good.
All right, on to the next thing today. A little koala. Oh, that's not a load-bearing branch, bud.
Pretty interesting sign we've just come across here. Smallpox vaccine come about because of someone having cowpox. So a doctor had cowpox when he was a kid and then later on in life never contracted smallpox. So he deduced that it had something to do with him having cowpox. So he went and got the pus out of a lady, a milkmaid, infected with cowpox, sucked that out of the pus juice, gave it to his own son and another couple of kids, and then tried to intentionally infect them with smallpox, and they didn't get it. What a creepy father.
That's outrageous.
Father of the Year award goes to him. Well done. You didn't get it, but I gave you cowpox.
But
so he was only sick for 10 days with cowpox. How great. Yes.
But that's how the dairy industry contributed to the invention of vaccines.
Well done.
Right, right, Ben, what did you think of the cheese museum and factory? Cheese World.
Cheese World, the museum, pretty interesting. A few old machines and learn a little bit on how cheese is made. Obviously, also how smallpox was eradicated due to the dairy cows.
So how's cheese made?
Couldn't have a clue.
Alrighty, now we're back to the van to have some lunch because Ben is going to try his luck at some surf fishing later this afternoon.
If it's not too cold.
So we'll see you then. Alright, so we're back in the van. The last we left off, we were heading to go fishing. That was a bust. We got out to Logan's Beach. The wind was 30k an hour.
Something like that.
Coming straight off the beach.
If we were trying to throw a line out, it would have just come back and hit me straight in the head. So
Yeah, coming onto the beach, sorry.
It would have been no fun.
So, yes. So we came back and we thought, great, we'll head out to Flying Horse Bar and Brewery, which is only a 10-minute drive. And so we get out there, that was bust as well. No longer a brewery. So nice enough bar, bistro area, but just...
No brewery.
No brewery.
Standard beers. So I was like, oh, I could... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, anyway, so we're back to the van now. So we're having pork chops and salad tonight. And I'm going to give this swine and dine seasoning a bit of a try. And we'll see. It's very similar to the rub that I make back home, and I didn't want to cart all my spices with me on this trip, so we'll see. Alright, so I've just given those pork chops a good coating on both sides, and I just thought I'd leave them in the fridge to kind of take in some of that seasoning for about an hour, and then we're just going to do them on the grill on the Weber, and we'll let you know what we think of the seasoning. So what did you think of the swine and dine pork seasoning rub?
It was delicious, actually. It had a nice little bit of kick in it, a little bit of heat. Nothing too severe, but was delicious on the pork. What do we have? Pork chops.
Pork loin chops.
Pork loin chops, yeah. They were fantastic.
Would recommend.
I would recommend. Barbecues galore, about $12. I think it's $13.
Yeah. Excellent. Good morning, guys. We are taking a little day trip over to Port Fairy, which is about a 30-kilometre drive from where we are in Warrnambool. And the whole town of Port Fairy is really like a giant, beautifully preserved museum, because it has something like 60 odd buildings that are classified by the National Trust.
Have you got any other fun facts for us like that?
I do have a fun fact, that the town of Port Fairy was actually once named Belfast after an Irish settler who was a developer and laid out the formal township. But the port itself held to its original name, given to it by a Captain Wishart after his sailing boat, the Fairy. And in 1887, after years of local use of the original name, and due to the desire of the town's locals to revert back to the original name, an Act of Parliament officially changed the name from Belfast back to Port Fairy. So that's a pretty interesting fun fact, that you could be living in Belfast in Australia once upon a time.
Fun fact, yeah, right.
Yeah. It's a bit of a rainy day today, so probably perfect for what we have planned in Port Fairy. So we'll see you there in about 15 minutes. So behind me is the Maritime Inn, which was first licensed in the early 1840s, allowing it to claim the title of Victoria's oldest continuously licensed inn. So it means that it's been pouring drinks for around 180 years. Now it did once have a bit more of a serious role. Because it was one of the few solid structures in town, the government did move in for a while, and in the decade between the 1850s and the 1860s, the inn actually had a triple role, as it had the police barracks, government offices and the local courthouse in it as well. So yeah, bit of history here in Port Fairy.
Check out this old place.
So behind us is the Caledonian Inn, affectionately known to locals as the Stump, and it was established and first licensed in 1844, which makes it one of, if not the oldest continuously licensed pubs in Victoria. 170 years later, it's still serving its original purpose. So we're going to head in for some lunch. We've got a book in now, and look, it's not a grand pub, but it's rustic and it's authentic, and yeah.
Hopefully they've cleaned the lines since they first opened the pub, so we'll go and have a look.
Ben can test it for you guys.
I'm going to inhale my barra.
Good morning.
G'day. So our last morning in Warrnambool. Today, what day are we on the trip? Probably about 6.
Day 6?
Yeah. Day after the Melbourne Cup. Gee whiz, the time is flying. The 5th, Wednesday the 5th of November. We're leaving the holiday village here in Warrnambool, where we've stayed the last 3 nights. Had some bloody torrential rain over the last 24 to 48 hours. The caravan park itself was pretty good.
Immaculate park.
Great looking little park.
Small, yeah, but
right in the centre of town, like a block that way, and we're at the CBD. So it's a great location, really friendly staff, very helpful.
All new amenities.
Yeah, there we
It's
go.
got all your usual amenities, laundry, you know, a few dollars for the washer and dryer. It's got a camp kitchen, a play area for the kids, so play equipment, and
Couldn't get Michelle on that, but
a big jump-in pillow.
Kitchen.
No pool, but again, you know, you're right on the coast, and yeah, everything you need.
Across the road from Woolies and Liquorland,
Yeah.
so happy days. So that's where we're going to end this video. Otherwise, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to make our way westward into South Australia today. See how we go. See you then. Bye.